viewers. A warm welcome to you all, especially the students, to this online class organized by the SCSTE. Now I will be delivering a lecture which is the first chapter of physics, chapter 1, reflection and refraction of light. Okay, that's with the basic part, okay, like reflection and refraction of light. Okay. Now what is light? Okay, now definition, light is a form of energy which gives us the sensation of sight. Okay, so it is a form of energy just like heat. Okay, it is a form of energy just like light also. It is a form of energy simply which helps us to see. Okay, so let's take an example first. Now, especially during these days, okay, it's very frequent, right? Load shedding. Now, what happens as soon as the light is off, right? So when there's load shedding, okay, then you cannot see anything, right? In the room, everything seems dark. Okay, so from there you can conclude that the electric bulb helps you to see. So that is a source of light. Okay, now as soon as it gets dark, okay, as soon as the sun sets, what happens? Imagine when there's no light, okay, no electric bulbs, no nothing, okay, then obviously we cannot see anything around the surroundings. Okay, so we conclude that sun is also a source of light, which means that it helps us to see. Okay, so these objects like electric bulb, and then we have the sun, and even the torchlight, the candle, okay, they are what? They are objects which produce light. Okay, means which helps us to see when these objects are there. So these objects are called what? Luminous bodies. Okay, they emit light of their own. Okay, example, the sun, the primary source of light. Okay, and then we have candles, and then etc. Okay, then those, however, which do not emit light of their own, they are called what? They are called non-luminous bodies. Now many students, okay, they used to confuse this. They used to say, because at night the moon is there, right? So like they used to say that the moon is a luminous body. Okay, but it is in fact a non-luminous body, because why? It just reflects the light from the sun, but it doesn't emit light of its own. Okay, so it is a non-luminous body. Okay, example of non-luminous bodies like these chairs, this table. Okay, because obviously in a dark room, when these are there, they don't help you to see the objects around. Okay, so they are non-luminous bodies. Example, the moon, the chair, and many else. Okay, so now the next is about the optical medium. Now what is this optical medium? It is anything through which light energy passes. Okay, through which light energy passes partially or wholly. Okay, so now it could be a material or it could be a non-material. Okay, material like glass. Okay, it allows light to pass through it. Okay, there are many objects which allow light to pass through it other than glass. Even diamond, okay, they allow light to pass through it. Now even air, water also, they allow light to pass through it, but they are non-material. Okay, they are non-material. So even though they may be material or non-material, but they allow light to pass through it, they are called optical medium. Okay, now next, these optical medium, they are classified as transparent, translucent, and opaque. Okay, now transparent are those materials which allow light, most of the light to pass through it. Now example, okay, you can say that when you take this material, okay, you can see through your hands, okay, like glass, okay, like glass, okay, then you can see this transparent paper, those transparent plastics, I mean, okay, you can see through it easily. Okay, so those are transparent medium. Okay, then translucent medium, which partially allows light to pass through it. Now example is the frosted glass. Now this frosted glass is used in bathrooms. Okay, like you cannot see through it, but light pass through it partially. Okay, so this is what an example of a transparent medium. Okay, it's somewhat blurry. Okay, those which are somewhat blurry, okay, they are classified under this transparent medium. Even butter paper is also an example of a translucent medium. Okay, and then opaque bodies. Opaque bodies are those which do not allow light to pass through it. Okay, example like wood. Okay, these chairs, and then other as well. Okay, when light hits them, what happens? They don't allow light to pass through them, but these objects, they form shadows. Okay, so those objects which form shadows are actually the opaque bodies. Okay, so these are the different types of the optical medium. Okay, now next we will be considering about the nature of light. Okay, so nature of light means when we want to know, okay, much more about the nature of light, okay, the characteristics of light. Okay, so more or less, okay, we're trying to go into, we'll first go back, okay, to history. So at first, now it was Isaac Newton, okay, this famous mathematician and physicist and philosopher. Okay, he proposed that, okay, that light consists of small and extremely small particles. He called them corpuscles. And to this theory, okay, it is called the corpuscular theory of light. So he said that light consists of extremely small particles, which he called them as corpuscles. But then later, okay, when other scientists, they perform experiments, okay, like certain phenomena like diffraction of light, and then we have interference, okay, we have polarization, okay, the detail of this will be done in the higher classes. So these phenomena, however, cannot be explained with the help of Newton's theory. Okay, so what then? There is a confusion there. Okay, so since it cannot be concluded from this theory, then it was this next this physician, this physicist, Maxwell. Okay, Maxwell actually, he said that light is an electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave means it's a wave that is produced due to vibration of electric and magnetic field. Okay, so he said that it's an electromagnetic wave. And then now I will be considering about the nature of light. Okay, so dating back to history, okay, Isaac Newton, he proposed the corpuscular theory of light. Okay, he says that light consists of extremely small particles, and he called them as corpuscles. Okay, and with this theory, he could explain only reflection, refraction, and formation of shadows. Okay, but then later, okay, scientists, they perform experiments, and there are certain phenomena like diffraction, interference, and polarization. They could not be explained now with the help of this theory. Okay, however, it was with the help of this physicist Maxwell. He said that light is an electromagnetic wave. Okay, it is a wave which is produced by vibrations of the electric and magnetic fields. Okay, and Lorentz, okay, he explained reflection and refraction with the help of this proposition that light is a wave. Okay, so by the end of the 18th century, almost universally, they have almost accepted that light is a wave. Okay, almost to the conclusion. But by the end of the 19th century, they have also discovered particles like electrons, neutrons, protons. Okay, and with that, okay, led to the development of science. Okay, so Then by the end of the 20th century, okay, by the end of the 20th century, physicists they again perform experiment, okay, because they have discovered the atom by that time. And what happens when they allow light, okay, to hit a metal, okay, a metal? Now they observe that the energy from the light, okay, it is transferred to the atoms, okay, it is transferred to the atoms, okay, of the metal, okay, and they concluded that this is only possible when we consider light as a particle, okay. So this transfer of energy by light to the atoms of the metal, okay, in packets, discrete packets, they call it as quanta, okay. So here by the end of the 20th century, they have said that light is a particle, okay, along with Newton. And by the end of the 19th century, they said that light is a wave, okay. So they combine this, okay, they conclude that light is a particle as well as a wave, which led to quantum mechanics, okay, quantum mechanics. So from this we conclude about the characteristic of light, okay. Now we say that light has dual nature, that is, it behaves like a particle as well as a wave, and then it travels in straight line path, and this is called rectilinear propagation of light. Then you should always remember the speed of light in vacuum, which is 3 to 10 to the power 8 meters per second, especially while solving problems. And then when it hits an opaque object, shadow is formed, okay. So now we'll be concentrating on this part first. It travels in straight line path, okay. Now, so we know that light travels in straight line path, okay. So that is rectilinear propagation of light. Now we represent that, okay, by an arrow, okay. So light travels along a straight line, okay, with an arrow, okay, the path traveled by light, okay. But it's not, okay, it's not possible to say that, okay, like when the sun shines, okay, only one ray of light, right, will be traveling, okay. So actually there are many, okay, rays of light, okay, bundle, okay, rays of light, and they are adjacent. Adjacent means very near, okay. So these bundle and adjacent rays of light together, we call them as beam of light. So when light rays come from the sun, they come as a beam of light, not just a ray of light, okay. So they come as a beam of light, okay. Now this beam of light is classified into three, okay. We have parallel, and then we have convergent and divergent, okay. Parallel, okay, just from the word itself you can understand that they are parallel to each other, okay. These bundle of rays of light, they are actually parallel, okay. But what about this convergent rays, okay? Convergent rays of light, yes, they are bundle of rays of light, but what happens actually, they meet at a point, or we used to say converge, okay. Remember the arrow, okay. So when they meet at a point or converge, we call them as convergent rays, okay. It's like focus, okay, to a point. Divergent rays, however, they come out, okay. It's like coming out from the torchlight light like that. So this is divergent rays of light coming out from a point, or sometimes we used to say appears to meet or diverge, okay. Divergent rays of. Okay, thank you, students. And the next class we will do on the topic reflection of light. So until then, stay safe.